Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we continue with our New Jersey Film Festival filmmaker interviews as Nigrin sits down with the writer of The Last Days of August. Barbara Reiss visits the Mid-Jersey Chinese School to celebrate their 50th anniversary and talk about an upcoming Chinese New Year celebration. Plus, we have a new business spotlight segment featuring Robin Schafer, owner of Masterful Kids here in East Brunswick. And East Brunswick Public Library is proud to sponsor Fusion 2013, a program highlighting the culture of India and how the Indian community is assimilating in Middlesex County. So stay with us.
Hi again, everyone. It's Nigrin from the New Jersey Film Festival here with our continuing series of filmmaker interviews. As you may or may not know, the New Jersey Film Festival's Spring 2013 season will begin on January 25th and will run on weekend evening screenings through March 2nd. We have a couple of free screenings in there towards the end of the program. But the primary focus of the festival is our competition films. We had 23 that were selected from 320 plus entries from around the world. And today, as part of our continuing interview series, we have Sara Rempe here, who's the screenwriter for the great feature film, The Last Days of August. Welcome, Sara.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So tell us, as the screenwriter, how did you decide to make or write this film?
My husband and I, he's the director, and we co-wrote it actually, and we had been having a lot of conversations about wanting, one, to write together, and two, wanting to really explore the idea of how people deal with traumatic situations in their lives and how loved ones try to help them cope with that.
Yeah.
So that was sort of our initial
You wondered,
idea.
though, if the loved ones really loved him at times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the actual story.
Well, the story is about a paraplegic's friends who pay an unannounced visit to come and challenge him about his life choices after his accident. And so it's interesting to hear you say that you wonder if they loved him at times, because we wanted really to try to have the characters really get each side of the story, and we wanted to feel like everybody was right at some moment, and we wanted to really let each person in the relationship with the main character do what they think was best for the character, even if that's not necessarily what he thought was best for himself.
That's true. I mean, the two leads I thought were really terrific. Not that the friends, the ancillary actors were also excellent, but the gal who played Shannon is a glowing light in the film.
Yeah, that's Heather Lind, and she's just a lovely person.
Yeah, you can't take your eyes off of her. And then the character she plays also is very sympathetic. There's also a townie versus, city folk angle to this film.
A little bit. That's not something that we wanted to hit too hard, but we definitely felt that there were some undercurrents of class issues and the different ways that people address trauma and address behavior and sort of roles that people need to stay within when you're coming from a different sort of walk
very
of
much
life.
so. And the reason I brought that up is because the folks that are city-based, or at least that work as investment bankers, have a completely different outlook than Shannon does, where she's living for the moment, they're looking for the long term. And yet the lead character, and that's played by Michael, correct?
Michael Izquierdo,
yeah, he's really wonderful. Michael Izquierdo, he's going to be there at the screenings to do a Q&A,
yes,
as well as Craig, your husband, DeFolco,
yeah.
And so, folks, the wonderful thing about our program is that you get to interact quite a bit with the filmmakers, and that's what makes our festival really wonderful, that there isn't this kind of pedestal that all the artists are put on. You're on the same level as the audience, and the audience really likes that because they get to experience what you've experienced in a second-hand or more direct way. But I wanted to also talk about the cinematography and the location that you filmed in, because everything takes place over the course of a day.
One day, yeah.
So it is very Aristotelian.
Yes. Well, we shot in Cambridge, New York, which is on the border of Vermont, and we knew that we wanted to stay in one location because it takes place over the course of one day, and we were a micro-budget film. So we had to have some of those production concerns in mind when we were writing. And the cinematography was done by Ben Wolf, great DP, and Craig, as director, had in mind that he really wanted it to feel natural and documentary style, and so that we could just sort of watch these people behave and not sort of interfere too much. And it was an interesting production sort of thing to get through, to deal with light.
But the light is so wonderful in the film.
It ended up
it's one of the stars too, for
Yeah.
sure. And I thought that the actual cinematography, as you mentioned, the DP did a masterful job.
Yeah,
But it's
great.
really an ensemble piece. It's the whole thing that really, you talk about micro budgets, it doesn't look that way.
Thanks.
It really looks like millions of dollars went into this thing. And that's what we champion, the real indie film. And yours fits that perfectly because there's a lot of heart and soul put into the film. And
Indeed.
we wish there was more of that on the multiplex screen, but in a way we're kind of glad too, because when we get to show off those wonderful films. The other thing I wanted to ask you is the actual time frame for filming. How long did it actually take to film the movie? We don't have much time, but
We shot for 14 days.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I would think that this film itself looked like it was digested over years, and that's another compliment, because
Thanks
you
very
could
much.
tell that the film was well thought out, well acted. And folks, if you want to see a really wonderful indie feature film with great performances, great cinematography and direction, and great writing, please do come and see this great film. It'll be screened on Saturday, February 2nd at 7 p.m. in our state-of-the-art facility, Voorhees 105, on the Rutgers College campus of Rutgers University. It's $10 general admission, so it's cheap. Everybody can come. There'll be free food, and you'll get to interact with a lot of great filmmakers. There's 3 short films that are quite interesting as well that'll be screening prior. So go to njfilmfest.com for more information, and thanks so much for watching this program. Thanks, Sara.
Thanks, Al.
This is Barbara Reiss reporting for This Week in East Brunswick. We're here at Churchill Junior High School for a special visit to the Mid-Jersey Chinese School on the eve of their 50th anniversary celebration. Come join us. So tell us a little bit about the structure of the school.
Okay, so the structure of our organization is that we're a nonprofit organization under an umbrella organization called the Chinese American Cultural Association. And there are actually 5 Chinese schools under that. We're one of them and the oldest one. And then within our organization, we have a staff and administration that are all volunteer-based. So other than the teachers, everyone that runs this organization up to the principal are volunteers.
They put a lot of effort and heart into their jobs.
It is. We change principals every year, and part of it is that the volunteers all have families, jobs, other things, pulling on time, and it is quite an intensive job. So we try to spread the work by having a lot of people involved in different tasks. Like this 50th anniversary celebration couldn't be possible without, former principals coming back, former volunteers coming back, the parent-teacher organization, which, by the way, I mentioned there's a parent-teacher organization which represents, all the families in the school. And without all that, it wouldn't be possible.
We have 3 different tracks. The first track is a traditional track, and the textbook we're using sponsored from Taiwan. And then the second track, we call it practical Chinese learning. That's simply for students who does not speak Chinese at home, and we did give them the opportunity to learn the Chinese. And at class, the teachers speak mostly in English. Okay. And the third track, 6 years ago, we combined with the Cantonese school. That's our third track. And also with the 3 track, that's a learning process. We also have culture class. The culture class, we have focused more on the Chinese culture, which is we have Chinese painting, we have Chinese calligraphy, we have Chinese nodding, and we also have yo-yo, and we also try to provide some other activity for the parents who's waiting for the kids while the kids is in school. So the parent came from Zumba, martial art. Sometimes they go for the Chinese the brush, the Chinese painting. So we have few activity for the parents, because not not everyone came from East Brunswick, and so some other parent can travel from different town. So we once they're here, we try to provide as much activity for them too.
So it's a whole family experience.
Yes, it's definitely, we want to incorporate as much of family events for everybody.
I'm really glad that Chinese school has provided me with so many activities and programs that have just culturally enlightened me a lot. For example, I've participated in folk dancing, and I think it's just such a great experience to really dive deeper into our cultural background.
So Christine, tell us a little bit, you're a teacher here, you also have been a student here. What makes this school so special?
Definitely the administration, the faculty, the students, the parents, and the teachers. It's the culture within the school that makes it different than any other Chinese school. The fact that all the teachers and the parents and students are willing to continue their education here, and the passion that they have for Chinese learning.
And the ages of the students that you're teaching in this room, how old are they?
It's a wide range. It's kindergarten to third grade. So I have kindergartners, first, second, and third. It's a huge gap, but they learn from each other despite that age group and the age gap.
And what's the emphasis? Are they supposed to be learning to write, to read, or both?
Because majority of them are younger, they will be learning to recognize words more, and they've been working on like pinging sounds, which is basically the Chinese alphabet. So they've been working on that, and they can read that on their own.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yes, it is.
And we're standing in front of some of their vocabulary here, so they're learning to actually construct sentences as well.
Yes, they are. We've learned 3 verbs: love, have, and don't have, and then we've learned pronouns. So they're able to put pronouns, verb, pronouns together, and nouns as well.
Pretty exciting.
It is.
So, and it's the 50th anniversary of the school. You've been here as a student as well as a teacher. What have you seen through the years that makes this school so successful?
The fact that teachers are still willing to be here. I work with some of the teachers that I had when I was younger, and they would actually come up to me sometimes during like the faculty meeting and say, "You were in my class," and I would be like, "Yes, I was." But the fact that they still remember you and that you're working with them and they're continuing their passion for teaching Chinese in school makes this Chinese school so even better.
And Susanna, tell us a little bit about a very special event that's coming up to celebrate the 50th anniversary.
Yes, we're really excited about it. We've been planning for this for months, knowing that the 50th anniversary is coming up, and that's going to be on February 2nd. So it's a whole afternoon of activities, starting at 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We'll have some carnival games for the kids, and we also have some seminars planned. And then at 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, that's by reservation only, so they can, we'll give you some contact information, who to reach out to, but there'll be kind of a family-style dinner available. And then after that, 7 to 9:30 p.m., we have a wonderful performance planned. In addition to, typically we'll have our classes come out and do some performances to show off whether it's their language skills or their poetry or whatever it might be. We also have former students who are, who plays the cello, and we bring some artists back. But we've also brought a couple of professional level performers that are locally renowned. The Chen Dance Company, who tours around the world, and we also have John Tai Magic Show, which John Tai is, I think he's studied psychology, and he's brought psychology into magic, and so those are our 2 finale acts. Those performances are free. They're open to the public. We really would love to fill the auditorium and have everyone just take advantage of what we've brought. And that's only made possible because we've had all these generous sponsors. A number of local, whether it's dentists or business people, and then some major corporations have been very generous in funding this and making this all possible.
So this is, just to review, this will be February the 2nd at Hammersholt Middle School. Well, that's an exciting birthday party for the school, and we all look forward to that. And people can check out for more information by looking at the scroll below, and they can contact you for more details.
Great. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Well, thank you for having us. It's been a wonderful experience being here at the school today. Hope you enjoyed your visit to this wonderful school. This is Barbara Reiss reporting for This Week in East Brunswick.
Hi, I'm Cindy O'Connor for This Week in East Brunswick. Joining me today in the EBTV studio is Robin Schafer, certified life and career coach and owner of Masterful Kids right here in East Brunswick. Robin, thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, pleasure to be here.
Tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, I'm a certified life and career coach and an emotional intelligence trainer. And I specialize in helping teens and adults find their career vision through the use of SMART goals. And I also help them achieve an excellent first impression, whether they're going for a college interview or a job interview. And I do this through the use of emotional intelligence strategies that helps them to put forth this great first impression, being a good listener, a great communicator, and showing their passion through the interview and proper body language. And I also have produced 2 films that have been in 4 film festivals throughout the country. One recently was in the Big Apple Film Festival in New York City, and the other one specializes in helping teens learn strategies to deal with the high-powered stress in the high school. And it's called The Agents, and it won an award of merit at the Indy in California in 2011, and it's used in the East Brunswick High School Psychology 2 classes.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Great. That's great. Getting back to the emotional intelligence part of things, can you give us some examples of the kind of counseling that you might do with people?
Well, I first, in order to help them find the career that they'd like to do, I think it's best to start with somebody in high school to kind of narrow down an idea of what they want to do with their college years. Because college is so expensive, costs are going up, and the average time that most college kids spend in college is 6 years. And if they know ahead of time the focus that they want to have as far as their major, their career, they can do it in 4 years and save their parents a lot of money. I mean, there are too many college students are carrying debt. And so my goal is to help them find their interest ahead of college so they can pick the right college and pursue their passion and, you know, while they're in college and not go for the 6-7 years.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, your personal background?
Yes, certainly. I graduated the University of Pennsylvania. I was a psych and sociology major, and I had my own renovation business. When I got out of college, I took classes at the Mechanics Institute, and I bought buildings and renovated them in Jersey City. And I decided later on I was interested in helping people. I had a passion for that. And I got certified in emotional intelligence training in 2005, and later on got a life and career coach certificate. And being a mom for over 27 years and coaching a lot of people, it's, helped me make a difference in the lives of others, which is my main passion.
What do you see with your clients? What do you see as the biggest problem that people are facing?
It's the ability to set and accomplish a goal. They have a New Year's resolution, and by February, they're not pursuing it. The passion is gone. So I help them establish a SMART goal, not just a goal, but a SMART goal. And I break it down into steps and action steps and specific time designated goals. So keeping organized, a daily agenda, and setting up a goal, a schedule so they're accountable. And this way I find that they're better able to achieve the goal and be more successful in their life.
Robin, what does an appointment look like with you? Is it a telephone conversation or an in-person meeting?
I do in person. I meet people at the library. I have a little office in my house. I would do a Skype conversation, but I'm more than happy to meet. I prefer one-on-one. And I also try to, besides helping them form a goal, a SMART goal, I teach them emotional intelligence strategies, which is, I think, the main variable in to be successful and happy in life.
Give us an example of an emotional intelligence strategy.
Well, there are a lot of ones. First of all, you have to learn, you have to know yourself. You have to know your strengths, your weaknesses. You have to know how to control your emotions, which is most important, how to deal with stress, how to deal with your anger, how to develop empathy for others, how to be a good listener and a good communicator, how to motivate yourself. And because if you learn how to motivate and inspire yourself, you'll learn how to do that with others, and that's what makes a leader. And that's, as per the Harvard Business School Review, they had a whole article in 2011 that is the secret ingredient to being successful in life, is learning emotional intelligence, not just not just having academic smarts.
Mm-hmm. If people would like more information, would like to contact you, how can they reach you?
They can use my email address, which is at robinschafer@comcast.net, or they can call me at 732-822-0848. And also, the first week in February, I'm giving a free introductory coaching session for 40 minutes, just to help people find their career goal, help them start with some SMART goals, just give them a free 40-minute introductory, so to get them started, and if they're interested, they can, do further coaching with me.
That's a great idea, so that if people are interested by what you've said, but they're not quite sure they want to commit, this is an opportunity to check it out.
Absolutely. To get more information, just, for 40 minutes, I'll sit down with them and try to get them on the path to success.
And do you have a website for Masterful Kids?
Yes, it's all lowercase, no space, masterfulkids.com. But the best way to reach me really is the phone, the 732-822-0848.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Robin, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Happy and healthy New Year.
You too.
My name is Seema Moondra, and I'm here to tell you about a program that we're bringing on India at the East Brunswick Public Library. We have a series of programs starting January, and our first program is on Sunday, January 27, from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the East Brunswick Public Library. The program, titled Fusion 2013, is a program that will highlight the culture of India and also show how the Indian community is assimilating in Middlesex County. The first program highlights the Republic Day of India, which is celebrated on January 26. This day is extremely important for the Indian community because on this day, the Assembly adopted the Indian Constitution. And India, as you know, is a free democratic country, one of the largest democracies in the world. So I'm really excited here to be with Viraja and Barkha. I'm really excited about this program. I understand you have a lot of things planned for us. And I heard that we are going to have some Bollywood dancing and music at this event.
We plan to have Bollywood dancing. And everybody knows Bollywood. It's pretty popular. And I'm sure people would like to come and learn a few steps. We have a professional...
Are you going to have an instructor?
Yes, it is. We do. A professional choreographer, Nikita Shah, I believe her name is, who will be teaching a few steps, and everyone is welcome to come and learn them.
So the audience can actually join you, and they're going to be, learning how to do the Bollywood moves.
Yes.
That is so exciting. So I'm sure everybody is going to have a great time that day. Also, the Indian Cultural Society, one of the organizations that is sponsoring the program, and you are the president and the cultural coordinator of the program. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? You've been sponsoring this program for 5 years now.
Yeah, we've been an organization for the past 13 years, since 1999, and it's a very diverse population that forms the membership of our organization. And this particular event has always been a success because we have a lot of people, not just from the Indian population, we have everybody else come in, the whole community comes in, and it's a great success. The Bollywood dancing brings in a lot of people.
You mentioned that you have a membership that is very diverse, and you have people who come from different states of India. So I'm just curious, are we going to see a lot of different costumes from India? Are we going to see a lot of exciting...
A lot of costumes, a lot of color, you know. India is all about a lot of color, a lot of costumes, a lot of music. Henna and food, we'll talk about that.
So you mentioned henna, that is exciting. So I love henna. This is like prettiest thing that I've ever seen done on, you know, in terms of body art. But are you going to have some people doing henna at the program?
Yes, there'll be a couple of people, members who will be volunteering to do that. So come on out and
kids,
get your
adults, you know, whoever wants to get henna done on their hands. It's a very intricate art, and people love it. People just absolutely love getting their hands.
Yes, it's amazing because you know, you use this little cone and you kind of like do these beautiful designs. And it's so much fun to watch, just somebody actually doing henna on your hand. So I'm very excited that you're going to actually have people do this. How about food? That is a very big part of people love Indian food. Can they expect food at this event?
Absolutely, yes. We are going to have a lot of food tasting, and our highlight is going to be the chai, and it's perfect timing between 2:30 and 4:30.
And we can expect great food, a lot of dancing, costumes, henna. I think we have given enough reasons for people to actually come for this event. And I just want to mention that the event, Fusion 2013, that highlights the Republic Day of India and India's culture. And you will get to meet a lot of people from the Indian community as they settle down in Middlesex County. They have organized this event on Sunday, January 27th, 2:30 to 4:30 at the East Brunswick Public Library. So I invite one and all to come and join. The Indian Cultural Society and the India Association of Garden State and the East Brunswick Public Library are the sponsors of this event. I would like to invite all of you to come for this event and enjoy Indian culture, music, dance, and more. Thank you very much, and thank you, Viraja and Barkha, for organizing this program. I am very excited about coming. I think it's a great way to come out in the winter and enjoy and get out of the cold weather and have some good hot chai.
Fun afternoon. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Looks like it. Thank you so much for organizing this event.
Thank you.